Hey Cancer, welcome to your pick a card reading. This is going to be good for the second week of January because we're talking about your second week of January energy that came out in your January general reading, and the link to that video is below. And it ties in with your January monthly overall energy that came out in your 2020 tarot forecast, and the link to that is below. So we're talking about your emotions and expansion of heart that would have happened last week, and now that your heart's been kind of widened to be a bigger vessel, now we're talking about receiving. I am using spirit messages and Ukiyoe Tarot. Stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. Go ahead and choose and check the timestamp so you can zip to your cards. Please like, share, and definitely comment if you want me to go into more detail and talk about how it resonated with you or didn't. I also do personal readings. You can check the link below and get an email reading with me if you want to get something more personalized. So let's get going. Cancer. Stack 1, 7 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and Believe. So I'm feeling like you are receiving a lot of guidance. So we are talking about receiving, and we're talking about emotions. So it can be, I'm feeling like you're seeing like a lot of signs, synchronicities, number combinations, significant animals to you, sightings, feathers, things that are kind of messages from the universe that seem like they could be silly. And I feel like you're questioning whether or not these things mean anything, or are they just coincidences and they shouldn't put any stock in them. And what it is saying here is that whether or not they do is entirely whether or not you are open to receiving them. And so it is your belief in them or disbelief in them that drives their meaning or their significance, and that the only thing that they require to actually be meaningful and to be significant and to be true messages to you and insights to you and spiritual guidance for you is that you believe it to be so. And the second that you believe it to be so, it is. And so you have that control and that power. And so there's not going to be, don't sit back and look for evidence and look for any kind of external validation or feedback on that. You choose to believe, and then it has the meaning that you want it to believe. You're more powerful than you've been allowing yourself to believe up until this point, and your power of belief makes or breaks all of those meanings. And they can mean, and you don't have to get on Google and be like, what's this number combination mean according to common conventional wisdom? It means what you think it means. It means what you feel it means. A certain animal may have some religious or different traditions will assign different meanings to different animals, and you can go by those. But if you don't subscribe to any of those religions, you don't have to go by that. It's with the Queen of Cups, we are talking about your intuition and your internal system. And so those animals and those types of symbols mean to you what they mean to you, if that makes any sense. Stack 2, reverse Ace of Wands, reverse 9 of Swords, Animal Kingdom. So if you have been experiencing anxiety, lack of motivation, or I should say lack of motivation because of anxiety, and just feeling out of your power, feeling worry, feeling stress, and overwhelmed and not knowing where to start. Like the kind of overwhelm where you hear 5 symphonies in your head at one time, and so you can't act or think, or you have to sort them first so you can move forward. Or I have 10 things on my to-do list, and so I'm going to take a nap. That type of overwhelm. With Animal Kingdom, it does seem like the suggestion is to check in with using the help of a support animal of some kind, whether you seek one out if you have a friend or family member with a pet, or you're getting your own pet, or you go to the zoo, whatever it is. I'm feeling like there is a need to utilize that calming effect of petting fur. Like they say, petting dogs or certain animals reduces your blood pressure. And I'm feeling like this is a very literal message to get you some cuddling from the animal kingdom to reduce some of that stress, if only just enough that you can feel like you can start to sort things and make sense of them and then move forward again. I just saw on TV today they have support alpacas and llamas, and I want one. Stack 3, the Moon reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, and Choices. So since we are talking about receiving and emotions and heart expansion, it does seem like if you are faced with choices and you've been trying to make those choices intellectually, you've probably been hitting a dead end and not been able to get very far. It seems like there's a lot of, what do they call it, Pyrrhic victories, or where one choice, they just kind of seem like half a dozen, whatever, 6, half dozen the other. It's just like, it's a wash. If you're trying to figure it out by weighing a pros and cons and doing it with your mind. And so with the Moon reverse, there's something that if you're going to use your mind, you're going to need to use it to tap into your hidden motives and desires and those things that are your true unmet needs. And that the information that you're going to need to solve these choices lies in your shadow. And that you're going to have to go there to find those banished aspects of yourself, those things that you don't admit to yourself, that man behind the curtain, he's got your answers. And so you're going to have to go in and do some shadow work. And if you want to comment below, I'd be happy to talk some more about shadow work. Thank you, Cancer.